Have you ever wondered how a sloth survives in the wild? You may think of sloths as lethargic, tree-hugging creatures, but there's so much more to their story. Living in the lush rainforests of Central and South America, these animals have mastered the art of slow living. Their habitat, teeming with life, provides them with everything they need, from the leafy green canopy that shelters them to the tasty leaves that form their diet. But it's not just about location. It's also about their unique characteristics. Did you know that sloths have a lower body temperature than most mammals, helping them conserve energy? Or that their long curved claws are not just for hanging around, but also for defending themselves? These are just a few of the fascinating traits that make sloths stand out among other animals. So, buckle up for an exciting journey into the unseen life of a sloth. Stay tuned as we delve into the intriguing survival strategies of these slow-moving creatures. In the world of survival, speed often means life, but for sloths, slow and steady does indeed win the race. Imagining the life of a sloth, one might wonder how such a sluggish creature survives in the wild. Their top speed is a mere 2 to 3 feet per minute. Yes, you heard that right, feet per minute, not miles per hour. But this snail-paced lifestyle is not a disadvantage. It is in fact a calculated survival strategy. So why are sloths so slow? The answer lies in their diet. Sloths primarily eat leaves, which provide very little energy or nutrients. To compensate for this low-energy diet, sloths have evolved to move incredibly slowly, conserving as much energy as possible. In fact, sloths have the slowest metabolism of any mammal on Earth. This allows them to survive on just a handful of leaves a day. This slow lifestyle also helps sloths avoid predators. By moving at a glacial pace, sloths blend in with their surroundings. They become virtually invisible to eagles, jaguars, and other predators that rely on movement to spot their prey. But it's not just about being slow, it's also about being still. Sloths can hold perfectly still for hours on end, further camouflaging themselves among the branches and leaves. They can even sleep while hanging upside down in a tree, thanks to their specialized claws that lock into place. Even the sloth's digestion is slow. It can take up to a month for a sloth to digest a single meal. This sluggish digestion further helps conserve energy, as it allows the sloth to extract as much nutrition as possible from its food. But don't be fooled by their languid lifestyle. Sloths are skilled swimmers and can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes, a feat few other mammals can match. These seemingly lazy creatures are full of surprises. So the sloth's slow pace is not a disadvantage, but a calculated survival strategy. They've turned their lack of speed into a superpower, showing us that sometimes slow and steady really does win the race. Being slow might make an animal an easy target, right? Not if you're a sloth. Welcome to the third chapter of our sloth saga, where we unravel the ingenious secret of the sloth's survival. It's all in the fur, folks. Now, a sloth's fur isn't just there to keep the creature warm and cozy. It's a living, breathing ecosystem in itself, playing host to a community of algae. Yes, you heard that right. Algae, those tiny green organisms that you typically see in water bodies, find an abode in the sloth's fur. But this isn't a one-sided relationship. The algae in return provide a unique service. They give the sloth's fur a greenish hue, creating a natural camouflage. This might seem like a minor detail, but in the wild, every small advantage can mean the difference between life and death. The greenish tint of the sloth's fur makes it blend seamlessly with the surrounding foliage, making the sloth nearly invisible to predators. This is a perfect example of a symbiotic relationship where both the sloth and the algae benefit from each other's presence. But that's not all. There's a further twist to this tale. The sloth's fur also has grooves that trap rainwater, enhancing the growth of the algae. This means that the green camouflage gets even better during the rainy season, when predators are most active. It's a brilliant adaptation that allows the sloth to live its slow-paced life relatively undisturbed. A sloth's life may seem lethargic and uneventful, but as we're discovering, there's a lot more going on than meets the eye. Their fur isn't just a fluffy coat, it's a miniature forest, a source of food, and a life-saving disguise all rolled into one. In the grand theatre of evolution, the sloth has managed to turn its seeming disadvantage, its slow speed, into a survival strategy. The brilliant interplay of biology and ecology, of fur and algae, has turned the sloth into a master of disguise. It seems that the sloth's fur isn't just for warmth, but a clever disguise for survival. So the next time you spot a sloth, remember, there's more to this slowpoke than its leisurely pace. Sloths spend most of their life hanging from trees, but why? Now that's a question that sends us on a fascinating journey through the treetops, deep into the world of sloths. Sloths, to put it simply, are built for a life up in the trees. Their bodies are adapted in incredible ways to make this arboreal lifestyle not just possible, but preferable. You see, sloths have long, curved claws that make them excellent climbers. These claws, up to 4 inches long, allow them to hook onto tree branches and hang quite comfortably upside down. It's a lifestyle that's less strenuous for them thanks to a unique adaptation in their muscles and connective tissues. But there's more to this treetop dwelling than just comfort. Living high in the canopy offers sloths some critical survival advantages. For starters, it helps them avoid the many predators that roam the forest floor. Up in the trees, they're out of reach of big cats like jaguars and ocelots, who'd otherwise pose a significant threat. Not to mention, it keeps them clear of pesky insects and parasites that could bring harm. Additionally, having their food source close by is a huge advantage for these tree-dwelling creatures. Sloths are herbivores, feeding primarily on leaves, shoots and fruits. By living in the trees, they have direct access to their meals, allowing them to conserve energy by not having to travel far for food. The treetop life also provides sloths with a perfect camouflage. Their fur is home to a variety of algae and fungi, which gives them a greenish tint. This coloration blends seamlessly with the surrounding foliage, making them nearly invisible to predators. So you see, the trees are more than just a home for sloths. They're a lifeline, a sanctuary, a dining room and a fortress all rolled into one. Living high up in the trees, sloths have mastered the art of vertical survival. Sloths are known for their slow movement, but did you know their diet plays a key role in this? Indeed, the diet of a sloth is just as relaxed and unhurried as the creature itself. Sloths are primarily herbivores, feasting on the leaves, shoots and fruits of the tropical rainforest canopy in which they reside. But these food items are not chosen at random. They are selected for their low nutritional value, which means they provide less energy than other potential food sources. You might be wondering, why would a creature choose a diet that provides less energy? It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? Well, not for the sloth. This is a smart survival strategy that matches its slow-paced lifestyle. By consuming a low-energy diet, the sloth can conserve energy, which is vital in its energy-scarce environment. Here's a fun fact. The sloth's metabolism is as slow as its movement. It's one of the slowest among mammals. This slow metabolism is connected to the sloth's diet. Lower nutritional food takes longer to digest, and the sloth's body is perfectly adapted to this. It has a large 4-chambered stomach, much like a cow, which allows it to break down the tough cellulose in leaves, a process that can take up to a month. But there's a bonus to this slow digestion. The sloth's low-energy diet and slow metabolism mean it needs to descend from the safety of the treetops less frequently. This reduces its exposure to predators and further conserves energy. So while it may seem like the sloth is just lazy, it's actually making smart choices that allow it to survive in its unique environment. By choosing a low-energy diet and living a slow-paced lifestyle, the sloth has adapted to conserve energy and thrive in a world where energy is scarce. The sloth's diet is another piece of its survival puzzle, conserving energy where it counts. So how does a sloth survive in the wild? Well, it's all about pacing and patience. By moving at a snail's pace, sloths conserve energy and minimize their visibility to predators. This slow-motion lifestyle is a remarkable survival strategy, one that's as unconventional as it is effective. Then there's the sloth's unique camouflage. With a coat that's a living ecosystem of algae and insects, a sloth blends perfectly into the treetops. This ingenious disguise not only provides excellent protection from predators, but also a quick snack when food is scarce. Speaking of treetops, these heights are a sloth's sanctuary. High in the trees, sloths can safely lounge, munch on leaves, and sleep away most of the day without fear of detection. Lastly, their low-energy diet of leaves and buds, while not particularly nutritious, perfectly complements their slow-paced lifestyle. The survival of a sloth is a testament to nature's ingenuity, turning what seems like disadvantages into powerful survival strategies. Remember to like and subscribe for more amazing animal insights.